all by myself. Get up! Lock it up!
Most entrepreneurial group in Kenya. Mumbai reminds you that you are more than capable. You have the ability to achieve beyond your wildest imagination. In times of doubt, know that you can borrow Mumbai's determination held in her benevolent embrace. You are safe outside of your comfort zone. The ancestors want to remind you that business, enterprise, and victorious success are in your DNA. Your dreams are more than achievable. You have what you need to create the life that you want. Identify your zone of genius and ask the ancestors for support. You are being invited to allow the energy to flow to you and away from you in easy rhythm. You are already capable, supported, and successful. With change comes great wisdom. Nyangoni Mebe Gehi, Gabon and Cameroon, born from the cosmic egg of the Supreme Being. This female aspect of the great universal source is one of the oldest deities in the Fang pantheon. She is most powerful in the darkest part of the night, the moment when daybreak is just as distant as nightfall. Imbued with the generative power of the universe, she visits miracles upon those who worship her. Her sacred instrument is the harp. The musical notes spring from the plucked strings and weave themselves into the melodies that can pierce the ancestral veil, carrying messages from this realm to theirs. She uses the harp to communicate the prayers, the evocations, the invocations of the earthbound to the beings who reside in the ancestral lands. The songs that she plays are complex and nimble, and the messages also travel from the ancestors to you. You are being reminded that one of the ways the ancestors speak to you is through music. You are being asked to play or listen to sacred music, even if you don't have drums. You can use your hands, your feet, and your voice. If you are able to open the ancestral portals or put on some music that touches you deeply and integrate the lyrics, the music writes on your soul. You are being invited to play or make music to open the ancestral portals. The ending of a cycle is near. Tamaru, the creator, exhaled, and summoning the rain clouds. She is the molder of the universe, lured the creative potential of the cosmos through the dark sky. At the edge of the mangrove swamp, Tamaru sat down at her station of creation and began to mold human beings out of the earth. Though she envisioned beings with spirit, she saw that these beings were not yet fully beings. To bring them fully aware, Tamaru bestowed upon each being the gift of choice. She asked 3 questions of each being. How do you want to walk through the world? What is the kind of life you would like to lead on earth? How do you choose to return to me in the end? Tamaru received and granted all of their wishes. And on her next exhale, all of the beings were animated and set out to follow their destinies. Tamaru is from the Niger Delta, Nigeria. The threads of Tamaru's spiritual intelligence and keen wisdom lives in you. Moreover, you too have been imbued with the gift of choice. You possess the discernment to create your reality in any situation. When you find yourself in an unsatisfactory scenario, ask yourself, am I moving through the situation as my authentic self? How do I want to be perceived? And in what fashion do I want to exit? You are being invited to know that your greatest gift is choice. Its power is embedded in your essence, and you need to exercise it. Ashe, Ashe. You have the wisdom of your ancestors coming through, sending you messages, sending you messages. I hope you're taking heed to what they're saying. The light that shines upon your ancestors' head from the divine masters as she resonates and beats her drum. Okonadi. Okonadi is asking you to call out the injustices that you see. The ancestors recognize that this is often an uncomfortable position and are granting you extra resilience to be effective. This is a team effort, and you have more resources than you realize. You are being invited to trust your intuition, to check in with your body. There's right and wrong, socially and morally. And then there's right and wrong for you. Akonadi is deeply connected to the secret realm across the veil. Okonadi senses with otherworldly knowing and communicates in sacred utterance from the other side. Committed to authenticity, Okonadi is compassionate as she meets out to truth, especially to those who are not accustomed to hearing it. She sees all, and with her loving embrace, she tries to temper the surprise that often accompanies hearing truths, both seen and unseen. This deity comes from Ghana. She is the guardian of women, Okonadi creates safety. She uses her second sight and basket of recovered treasures to intervene on the behalf of women and their difficulties. Goddess of justice, Okonadi stands up for the underserved, unrecognized, and unrepresented. She is the original justice warrior. Our ancestors are letting us know that we are separate, but we're more together than ever before. We have a shared DNA. We have a shared cause. We have a shared likeness. We have a shared path that we recognize with one another. Your body, your body. When it comes to memory, the entire continent of Africa is with you. When your grandmother was 20 weeks pregnant with your mother, the fetus that was your mother developed all the eggs she was ever going to have. So anything that your grandmother experienced was also experienced by half of what you would eventually become, you. You can see then how efficiently embodied the ancestral knowledge passes between generations. What is in your bones was in their bones. What is in their blood is in your blood. Your body contains all the memories your ancestors lived in their lives. Look to the wisdom embedded in your body, your cells, and your DNA by wary of relying only on documents, media, or history books to find what you seek. Recognize that you live in a world that privileges thinking over feeling and words over body. Be confident in other ancient ways of knowing. Trust that memories, traditions, and cultural knowledge are perpetuated and sustained in the movement, in practices, and in actions. Your ancestors, the entire continent of Africa, is with you. When you are asked as the living manifestation of all of your ancestral lines, to acknowledge the intelligence and the ingenuity of your being, and to honor the power and the recollection of your spirit. You are being invited to feel the wisdom of your body. Trust the memory of your soul. Family memories. Family. Family. Ashi Akil. Ashi Akil. Want you to know that the riches, treasure, and wealth is protected by her are profound and mysterious, just like the sea from which she hails. There are parts of it like the shore that are familiar and will feel like home. And there are other aspects of the treasure, like the deepest depths of the oceans. They are mostly unknown and perhaps even unknowable. While she holds the abyss, obscuring the mysteries, the sparkle in her eye reveals that wonder and the magic of all that she holds. Ashiakir is a secret keeper. She keeps the secrets of the deep, and you can trust her with your secrets too. What's going on within your family? The ancestors are imploring you to turn to them for support. They know you are a person with profound spiritual gifts that can sometimes feel overwhelming. Do not shut out or shut down the gifts. The ancestors are initiating you into deeper levels of healing within your family. You are the one. You are being invited to share your burden with a trusted ancestor. You're not meant to carry this alone. Ashiakil is the daughter of the sea god Na. Ashiakil travels by canoe from open ocean to sandy shore. She visits land to be in close connection with those who worship her. Ashiakil meanders the shores cloaked in mystery. But don't be fooled by her human form. Ashiakil is a goddess of wealth and deeply committed to protecting the treasures of the sea. And she won't easily divulge what is in her depths. You are being invited, beloved, to share your burden with trusted ancestors. You're not meant to carry this burden by yourself. Ashe. They're speaking to you. Your ancestors want to meet you in dream time. There are a few easy steps to prepare to welcome and receive your ancestors in dreams. Do a quick tidying of your sleeping space. Remove electronics and go to bed a bit earlier than usual. Before you sleep, send them a simple prayer asking them to visit. You are being invited to prepare to receive ancestral messages in your dreams tonight. They may not appear in the forms that you expect. Kianda, Bantu, Angola, Democratic Republic of the Congo, deity is the great sea goddess of the Kimbutu speakers in Angola. Kianda is usually observed as a human form from the waist up, with the tail fin of a fish. Sailors and fishermen alike pray to Kianda for their protection and safety. But like the tempests of the sea, Kianda can be unpredictable and can remove her favor on a whim, both loved and fear. The seafaring are careful when asking her for protection. A shape shifter, Kianda can also take on a purely human form. Her capacity to change forms and move between worlds is paralleled precisely in her ability to communicate across the veil. She moves through the water with as much ease as she negotiates being on the land above, because she can so fluidly move across territories. Kianda also reigns over the realm of dreams, a place where ancestors communicate directly with the earthbound. You have better access to the ancestral realm during dream time because the veil is thin or absent. The ancestors take advantage of your supple sleeping mind to deliver messages to you. These messages may include responses to your sacred queries, information to guide you, or warnings. They may even include messages for your community. As stated, you are being invited to prepare to receive ancestral messages in your dreams tonight. They may not appear in the form that you. Your ancestors are signaling to you a new beginning, but there is grief for the entire continent of Africa. Grief, the suffering, or the distress after change, loss, or death. This is a new beginning. You have to let it go. Is a universal human experience. What we know about grief is that it is rooted in love, follows no schedule, and is not linear, ignored, or does not build up over time, and can bubble over in dangerous ways. Beloved, in the West, there are insufficient rituals about dying and the grief that follows. As a result, many people suffer in an emotional isolation, often compounded by the shame of wanting or needing to grieve. Grieve so you can move forward in your new beginning. Unexpressed grief can turn inward and damage your soul. If you're grieving something or someone, take care to properly meet your grief in the community. The women can be your support system. This signifies that it is important to identify those in your community who understand the uncertainty of grief. Enlist them to be your grief warriors. They might accompany you while you are sad, or while you cry, or as you scream and shout. They may even keen with you. You are cautioned to avoid the all too prevalent opportunities for numbing, which by using food, alcohol, screens, or work, and truly feel your feelings. Grief is a beautiful, expressive path to healing, ending of a cycle, a new beginning. You are being invited to trust that grief is a spiritually and physically necessary process. Trust that your community can hold you down. Trust that your healing is on the other side of this grief. Change is coming, baby. Change is coming. The blessings are upon you. The blessings are upon you. In the northwest Tanzania, water flows from the Ewasu Nagiro River into a lake from which it cannot escape, while the shoreline of Lake Natron wraps itself through 35 miles of highland. There is no outlet in sight for the mineral-rich water that fills the lake. The only way that water can escape is through the power of the sun's heat. As the lake water evaporates, it leaves behind highly salinated conditions that are toxic to most living things. There are flamingos, however, that flourish in this environment. You can find the majority of this species of the world's flamingos feeding, nesting, and mating in these waters. They have adapted to survive such an inhospitable environment. Their modifications include tough skin and scales that prevent burning from the caustic water, the ability to drink water at nearly a boiling point, and glands that remove the salt from the water to make it drinkable. Almost nothing else survives there. Nothing. Mount Kilimanjaro stands in witness as millions of these flamingos perform their collective mating dance with wild abandon. Similarly, the ancestors have given you the resources to thrive in an environment or situation that is uniquely suited to your success. You are being invited to stop and take stock of what is available to you. Locate where you can align your resources and your unique abilities with your success. The ancestors have spoken. From the continent of Africa, we are one. It is in our DNA. Listen to what these wise black goddesses from the continent has given us to grow by. Ashe and deep bow to each and every one of the ancestors, the Holy Spirit, Father God, Mother God, for delivering these messages unto us. We are blessed in our storehouse. We are blessed. And until we meet again, Ashe and deep bow to each and every one of you.